Discussing about transportation plants in chapter of unit of plant physiology. In the chapter of plant physiology, we need to start the chapter transportation in plants. Transportation in plants. Generally, what are the materials that transport in the plant body? Mainly three things. One is the water, which is very important for plant growth and development. Next, minerals, and third thing is food. Water, minerals, and food. These are the three important materials for plant growth and development. So they are circulate entire the plant body from the bottom place to topmost part. So mainly these materials are transported in the plant body in two ways. One is the short distance transport and long distance transport. Short distance transport and long distance transport. Short distance transport means within the cell or beside the cell. It's a less distance it is. So that is diffusion. Next, cytoplasmic streaming. So diffusion is one of the process, and cytoplasmic streaming also one of the process. These are the two important systems for movement of the materials with just small distance. Next, long distance transport. In this specific tissue is there, specific system is present. One is the xylem and phloem. Xylem, which is responsible for transportation of the water, phloem, which is responsible for transportation of the food. This both system is called vascular tissue. Vascular tissue. Vascular tissue means a combination of the xylem and phloem, that is called vascular tissue. Xylem responsible for water conduction, phloem responsible for food productivity, food transportation. This type of system is called translocation. So water and minerals and food materials, these are transported by this xylem and phloem, that is a vascular tissue. That process is called translocation. Located into different body parts, from the leaf to all organs or root to all body parts. Next, means of transport. These are the two ways mainly circulate the materials in the plant body. One is the passive transport. One more is the active transport. Active transport and passive transport. First of all, passive transport. This passive transport and active transport. In the passive transport, no ATP consumption. There is no required ATP. Next, it is from the higher concentration to lower concentration. Molecules or substances mainly transfer from higher concentration to the region of lower concentration till reaches to equilibrium through the plasma membrane. It means the molecules are transferred from higher concentration to lower concentration till it reaches to equilibrium. It means 50-50 distribution. There is no net movement. It means, for example, this is the cell. Outside 100 molecules are present. 100 molecules are there, want to come in the cell. So out of 100 molecules, 50 molecules are come in, 50 molecules are main remains in out. So 50-50 distribution, 50% outside, 50% inside of the plasma membrane. So out of 100 molecules, 50 molecules are they are getting into cell, 50% molecules are there arrested in outside. That is equilibrium. Next, these passive transport not sensitive to temperature and inhibitors. So not sensitive to temperature and inhibitors. Inhibitors is nothing but chemicals. Inhibitors is nothing but chemicals. So this passive transport system, there is no ATP consumption, and the molecules are transferred from the higher concentration to lower concentration. Next, 50-50 distribution. It means the molecules are transferred from the higher to lower the concentration till it reaches to equilibrium. So outside 50, inside 50. Next, this passive system does not sensitive to temperature and inhibitor. Temperature and inhibitor not effective these type of system. That is a passive transport system. Next, active transport. Some difference. ATP not consumption in the passive transport, but here consumption. ATP is required. Without ATP, the molecules are not transferred in the plant body. Next, it is against to concentration gradient. So against to concentration gradient. It means in this passive process 50-50 distribution, it is some difference. For example, total 100% molecules, total 100 molecules, 80 molecules are come in and 20% of molecules are there always to outside. It means here ATP's consumption is more, that's why 80% molecules are there comes into cell. So it is a reverse to concentration gradient. Next, why? Because here ATP is required, that's why more molecules are enters into this particular cell. Next, very sensitive to temperature and inhibitors. It means passive transport does not sensitive to any inhibitors and temperature. Here active transport is very sensitive to temperature and inhibitors. More temperature, that active transport system not work. Inhibitors also to affect the passive system, because in the ATP is present in so many molecules. So ATP is required many molecules like enzymes, proteins, vitamins like. This ATP is denatured by heavy temperature. This ATP denatured by, that is the inhibitors also. That's why ATP is damaged by temperature and inhibitors. That's why this active transport system does not works in heavy temperature and inhibitors. Short distance transport. Short distance transport. First one, diffusion. We need to discussing about detailed information about diffusion. Diffusion is a passive process. It is a passive process. It is a passive process. It means there is no required ATP. So does not require ATP. That's why it is a passive process. Movement of the molecules from higher concentration to lower concentration. The region from higher concentration to lower concentration. It means the molecules are transferred from higher to lower concentration level. Next, this diffusion mainly higher concentration to lower concentration. In this diffusion process, mainly movement of the molecules from, that is a higher concentration to the region of lower concentration. Next, some factors affect this rate of diffusion. Factors affect to diffusion. those factors are affect the rate of diffusion. First thing, some factors are affect the rate of diffusion. First thing is temperature. More temperature, the rate of diffusion also faster. So more temperature, the rate of diffusion is more. Rate of diffusion is more. Why? Because for example, when we cooking the food, that smell reaches to greater distance. This compared to the food which is kept in refrigeration. It means we are observed at the time of cooking. So when we are cooking the food, the smell of that food that reaches to greater distance. It is compared to refrigerator. The food is kept in refrigeration. That's why temperature, it means heat energy converted into mechanical energy, that is kinetic energy. So heat energy is converted into, that is the kinetic energy. Kinetic energy means the movement. When we are cooking the food they are heated up. Those reasons the heat energy converted into kinetic energy. It means that's why the smell reaches to greater distance. When we kept in the refrigeration, that food not reaches to greater distance. Here more temperature, the rate of diffusion also more. The faster the diffusion rate due to the more temperature. Next, density. One more factor, density. So this density principle proposed by Graham's law. That's why this law is called Graham's law. Proposed the scientist Graham's. That's why it is Graham's law. Diffusion inversely proportional to the product of density, mainly based on density. So diffusion inversely proportional to 1 by root d. It means the density of the particle, the diffusion rate of the particle mainly based on the density. Is a more dense particle means they cannot able to reach us to more distance. Is a lightweight, density is very less. So the molecules are reaches to more distance. So density is more means they are not coverable to more distance. The density is less, so it is molecules are reaches to more places. That is the density. Next, concentration gradient. Concentration gradient. Concentration gradient means if the concentration gradient is more, the rate of diffusion also more. So concentration gradient is more, the rate of diffusion also more. Concentration gradient is more means the rate of diffusion also more or heavy. Example, this is the container. In this container we are taking some amount of water. This is water, this is container. Here we are kept some potassium permanganate crystals. So these potassium permanganate crystals are mainly they have high concentrated. So our diffusion from the higher concentration to lower concentration. That's why here in this region more concentrated because pellets are present here. Here there is no concentration. That's why these molecules are moved to from the higher concentration to from the lower concentration. It means concentration gradient is more here less. So concentration gradient is more means the rate of diffusion also more. That's why from the higher concentration to there is a region, there is a lower concentration is there. That's why molecules are transferred from the compartment to A to compartment B. So is the compartment A, is the compartment B. Compartment A send the molecules to compartment B, which is there is no particular concentration here. Next, lipid soluble molecules are moves fastly. Lipid soluble particles moves fastly because plasma membrane is mainly made up of phospholipids. So plasma membrane made up of by phospholipids. Lipid bilayer mainly present in the plasma membrane. So that's why the lipid molecules are moves are diffuse very fastly. So that's why lipid molecules moves to easily. So through the plasma membrane. Plasma membrane easily to allow the particles. Those particles are that is the lipid soluble particles because plasma membrane mainly made up of phospholipids. So that's why here lipid molecules diffuses fastly in the plasma membrane. Next, diffusion is very fast in lipid to lipid, gas to lipid, lipid to solid. So diffusion mainly lipid to lipid, lipid to solid, lipid to gas, next gas to gas, next gas to liquid. So liquid to liquid, liquid to gas, gas to liquid, and liquid to gas. So it is very possible, but solid diffusion of the solid it is not possible. Diffusion of solid means they can easy, but diffusion in the soil does not exist because lipid is a dense medium. So diffusion in the solids, diffusion in the solids, diffusion of solid not, diffusion in the soil, it take some time. So it is very less. Diffusion of the solids means okay, but diffusion into the solid it is not takes place because diffusion, that is the substance, solids are they have more weight. That's why diffusion in the solids very less. Next we need to understand second type of passive process, that is a facilitated diffusion. Facilitated diffusion. So in these two processes, one is the diffusion, one more is the facilitated. So diffusion mainly facilitated by proteins. That proteins are called carrier proteins. Carrier proteins. It means the diffusion done by proteins which are called carrier proteins. So carrier proteins mainly helps the movement of the substances from the outside to inside. That is the carrier proteins. Two types of proteins are there. That is the these type of proteins mainly present on. So these type of proteins are present on the membrane of plastids, mitochondria. This type of special type of proteins which are present on the plasma membrane of plastids and mitochondria and some bacteria, walls of bacteria present on the membrane of plastids and mitochondria and some bacteria also, some bacteria of plasma membrane also. These are the facilitated proteins, they are carrier proteins. Two types of proteins are present. One is the porins, next aquaporins. So these are the different types of proteins which helps to movement of the substances. So which type of movement products they are transferred in the plant body? One is the polar and non-polar substances. Polar substances means Na plus Cl minus ions. Non-polar ones, nucleic acids, nucleotides, next amino acids, which are mainly transferred by the help of these porins and aquaporins. For example, this is a plasma membrane. Plasma membrane by lipid layer. So this is the fat lipid bilayer. This is the extrinsic proteins. So these are the intrinsic proteins. At every time the molecules are transferred by these carrier proteins. So these external proteins are called carrier proteins. So this is the substance, this is the substance. This substance enters into inside. So this is region is outside, this is inside. Outside to inside. Every time that particle which is binds with carrier protein. So this carrier protein, they are moves to inside every time. So which is helps to the substance getting inside. So the substance come inside. Then after these carrier protein come back. These carrier protein come back. So every time the particles are attached with the carrier proteins, the carrier proteins enters into inside along with these particular, what is that substance. Substance every time attached with extrinsic protein, that is the carrier protein. Carrier protein send this particle into inside, again they come back into outside. This is the carrier proteins. So these carrier proteins are porins and aquaporins. Porins are mainly make the hole on the membrane. Aquaporins also called as water channels. Water channels. It means they allow the water, which is helps into they helps to the water movement. Which are porins are make the holes in the plasma membrane. These carrier proteins helps to two types of substances. One is the polar particles, non-polar particles. Polar substances, non-polar substances.